Hey guys, so today on my channel I wanted to talk about my teen pregnancy and how I've overcome a lot of obstacles, sorry, that I came across and just like stuff that I went through. It's not a lot. I mean, I'm not gonna talk too much about my pregnancy and like before my pregnancy, just because I don't really like. It's not that I don't like talking about it. It's just that I don't know. Anyways, so I lived in this really small town. It was called Ukaipa, and it was there was only one high school. There was a continuation school, and I ended up getting kicked out of the high school just because I kept ditching. And I went to the continuation school, and I ended up going with my child's sperm donor, and we were there for together for like a year, and I ended up graduating with him, so I graduated a year early. He could have done the same thing, but I worked really hard. I really wanted to graduate. I didn't want to go to school pregnant. It was the most annoying thing ever. It was so obnoxious, and I just wanted to get out of it, honestly. And I ended up having to move in with him because my dad didn't really kick me out. He said, "Oh, you need to get out," because Mexican parents, how they are. I ended up pregnant at 16. Who wouldn't have kicked me out of their house? Even if I wasn't their child. But regardless, I got kicked out and I moved in with him and his grandma. And he lived up with his mom before he had gone to that continuation school, but since he moved there, he couldn't go back to the regular high school, so he had to go to the continuation school. So we lived together at his grandma's house and we both went to the continuation school. He finished his credits before I did, so he didn't have to go as much as I did in the end. I ended up going by myself to school, and my dad would sometimes drop me off, but I was so close and it was such a small town that I just walked most of the time. I wasn't scared at all because, like I said, it was a small town. Everybody knew each other. So after that, he started having a lot of issues with his grandma. I guess I don't know what kind of issues they were. I had no issues with her. She was the best. Uh, I still would talk to her, but I mean, I don't talk to her anymore just because I don't talk to him. Sorry, I wanted to check if it was still recording. Oh yeah, so I don't talk to him anymore. But I would talk to his grandma. I mean, she's cool. I don't have an issue with her, and she's not the type to bring him up and be like, "Oh, well, what's going on?" Just because she knows she respects. And regardless, we got kicked out of there. Well, he did, and he didn't want to go back. So we ended up staying in a hotel just because we could afford an apartment, because for the hotel it was like more than 1,200 a month just to stay there, and it was just one room. Well, anyways, with his type of work, his job line, he did not have any what's it called, like proof that he works, since he got money like just cash. We couldn't get a house, we couldn't apply for an apartment, so we ended up living in a hotel. And let me tell you, girl, I was at my lowest point probably at that. Not because we lived in a hotel and it was trashy. It was actually a really nice hotel, like really, really nice. Um, but just because like I was depressed, and I believe I'm just saying, like, he doesn't. I don't want to talk shit. I don't want to talk about him. But I felt like I was emotionally abused, and I worked a lot. I worked. No, actually, I didn't work a lot. I worked nights, so I was kind of tired. I wasn't closing at the time there, but I would get out late just because he wouldn't want me to go out during the day. So I would go I would go to work when the baby would sleep mostly, and when he would be asleep. So they would both be asleep, so I would go to work, and I'd have my dad pick me up, because I wouldn't drive at the time. I had my dad pick me up and take me to McDonald's. That's the place I worked. And after that, it was just getting way too expensive, and I just had way too many issues with my baby dad that I would call my mom. It's crazy how moms know that, like, what type of issues you were in, because I didn't tell her all this stuff, like. And she came to pick me up, and I ended up coming to the Imperial Valley, and I ended up going to school out here. I got financial aid, and I got WIC and all this stuff that would help me, and my baby was just doing really good with with his grandma, which is my mom. And I don't know, now that I look back at it, I had it really good, because I would go to school, my mom would take me all the time, and I would have my financial aid money. I honestly don't know, I actually spent it on my car. I got my first car with my financial aid money, and it was a old Honda. I ended up driving it in the middle of like an intersection in front of my work. I hit a little pole that I guess they took off. It was like just the stub that they put in the cement part. The stub was sticking out, and I freaking hit it with my car. I don't know how I did that. I think it's because I couldn't see because it was night first of all, and I wear glasses. And I didn't have my glasses back then, and it was raining. And I tried to use the wipers, and it was dirty. My windshield was so dirty that it just made it all muddy. And I thought it was already time for me to turn because it was like an intersection. It was like a little island type thing. And I tried to turn, and right when I turned, I guess I hit the bump, and my car was low. It was an old Honda, and I ended up, yeah, breaking it. But anyways, regardless, after I started going to school, I got a new car, and well, I ended up getting a new car after I got my job at McDonald's. I would walk back and forth all the time, like every single night at 3 in the morning. I would walk home. 4 in the morning, I would walk home to work. I would walk there at 8 o'clock at night. I would be a closer, and I was getting all right money. I wasn't full time at the moment, but sorry, I'm out of breath. Anyways, so I wasn't full time at the moment, but I was getting good hours because I would go in to close like 7 hours, 6 at the least, because they wouldn't call me in too late, but or schedule me too late. But I was getting like 7-8 hours, and I was able to get my car. I had maybe 3 days off sometimes 4, but I wasn't getting full time at the time. But anyways, regardless, I got my car. I ended up getting full time after that. I started working mornings. I don't know. I think it's because I got a babysitter, but at that point I got a babysitter and I started working full time. I got my car, knowing that I had enough income and it was steady income. Anyways, after I got my new car, I quit McDonald's. It was a while after that because this is recent that I quit McDonald's. It was just so fucking stupid, I swear. But it was just a lot of drama. Like, let me tell you, dude, I freaking transferred McDonald's because people are fucking haters, and I just didn't want to be at that McDonald's anymore. I really didn't. I'm not saying I had a problem with the GM. I'm not saying I had any issues with anybody. I was just tired of everybody being shady as fuck, and I was over it. So I moved over to another McDonald's, and that McDonald's was even fucking worse. I like literally I wasn't allowed to be next to the window because of some issues that some people know, but I don't know. Anyways, I wasn't allowed to be next to the window, and over there they took it up the ass. Like, they would be like, "Oh no, get away from the window! Like, what are you doing? Like, bitch, what if I want some fresh air? Like, damn, let me get some damn oxygen up in this bitch." Anyways, well, I ended up getting a write up for the stupidest shit. Like, I literally went next to the window, and they sent the person at the window handing out the food. They sent them outside to take out somebody that had got parked, because when we don't have the food ready, we usually park them. And I was by myself right there, and like, what's the point of me just standing there? Like, I was about the business at the time because I wanted to become a manager still. And I handed out the food, and they were like, "Oh, you can't be next to the window. This stupid little bitch. You can't be next to the window." And I was like, "Okay, I was like, oh, you're dumb." But I was kidding. You know how you tell people like, "Oh, haha, you're dumb," or "haha, don't be silly, you silly goose." I should have said that because, dude, she got so offended that I said dumb. And so she put on the write-up, "Oh, you called me dumb, and this is like the wrong way to treat people because..." Bitch, really? So I was just like, oh, I just did not want to go back no more. Every day I went, it was just so agonizing. I was just like, I ended up telling the GM that all his managers were fucking stupid, because they are. All offense. But anyways, I currently am trying to go to school right now. It's something that I kind of want to do. It's just that financial aid money, Anyways, and I got hired at Nike, so hopefully that goes well. I really always wanted to work at Nike, so I got an interview before I went to McDonald's at Nike, but my mom didn't want to take me because I didn't have a car at the time. But anyways, my baby is now 3 years old, and yeah, he's chilling right now. He's sleeping because that's why he's not interrupting my video. But I'm 20, and I'm really trying to do YouTube, but my boyfriend hates it, which I don't really care because I tell him every time you don't care, and if he's watching this, I don't give a fuck what you say. But I really like YouTube because I can be myself, first of all. Second of all, I can get money for doing it. Third of all, have you seen these vloggers' house and their cars and all their girl. If I want to do it, I'm gonna do it regardless. I don't care if my boyfriend says nah. But I'm probably gonna make him do a video with me soon. Even though he'll probably be really awkward, but I don't give a fuck. Anyways.